Hi everyone, I'm Jenna and this is Learn Academic English. On this channel, I help English learners take their language to a higher level, especially for school and work. In today's lesson, I'm talking about prepositions. If you are learning English, you know that prepositions are one of the hardest parts of the language. That's because prepositions are often so unpredictable. It takes a lot of memorizing. But they're also really important because sometimes they can completely change the meaning of what you are saying. So in today's lesson, I'm going to give you a short quiz. And while we do the quiz, I will explain the answers one by one. Before we get into that, I'd like to remind you to please give this video a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I offer memberships here on my channel if you want more connection with me every week. And I'm teaching a live online class every week. If you would like to join classes with me, please check the description box below for more information. Okay, let's get into that short quiz. Let's get into this short quiz about prepositions. So we're going to look at some sentences, and when we do that, we're going to see if we can find the mistake, and all the mistakes are about prepositions. Then you're going to try to correct it and see if you can explain why. Okay, number 1. I am teaching my mom how to use the bank website for pay bills. Can you find the mistake? If you need more time, you can pause the video. If not, let's get right into the correction. So the problem here is the preposition for pay bills. We need to use the preposition to. Why? Because the preposition to can show purpose, as in order to, or why do you do something? Here, why does she need to use the bank website? The purpose is to pay bills. So in that case, we use the preposition to. You could also think of it as the infinitive of to plus the verb in the base form. Okay, let's go to the next one. My sister felt sorry with herself because her boyfriend broke up with her. My sister felt sorry with herself because her boyfriend broke up with her. Can you find the mistake? Pause the video if you need to. If not, let's go to the correction. The problem here is the preposition sorry with herself. We don't say sorry with someone. We can say, I feel sorry for someone. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for myself. So we always say to feel sorry for someone. The important thing here is that when you learn a word, you need to learn the words that come after it. We call those collocations. Those are words that are always used together. When you learn a word in English, you need to learn the word that comes after, and often it is a preposition. So when you learn the word sorry, you need to know that if you say sorry with someone, you're going to say sorry for someone. If you say something, it's sorry about something. What does it mean to say I feel sorry for someone? It means that you have pity for them, that you feel sympathy for that person. Okay, let's go to the next one. Number 3, my parents spent a lot of money for my education. Okay, so the problem here is the verb spend. We're not going to use the preposition for. We say, my parents spent a lot of money on my education. We always use on with the verb spend. Spend money on something. That's just something that you have to remember. Now, one thing that you want to be careful of is if you make a mistake like this, ask yourself, are you translating from your first language? If you are, that's normal. Don't feel bad about it. But try to tell yourself that you need to try to learn the preposition that goes with the verb, okay? So when you learn the verb, learn the preposition that goes with it. It's part of the word. Okay, let's go to the next one, number 4. She complained with her boss because he kept giving her new things to do. Okay, this actually has 2 possible answers. Take a look and see if you can find the mistake. And can you correct it? When you're ready, let's go to the correction. She complained about her boss because he kept giving her new things to do. Okay, what does that mean? That means that she talked about her boss with someone else. So maybe she went to work, her boss gave her too many things to do, she went home, and she complained about her boss to her husband or her sister or someone. Okay, another thing we can say is she complained to her boss. And what does that mean? That means that she talked to her boss and complained to him. So different preposition, totally different meaning. Okay, let's go to the next one. In the other hand, children should learn to do common household chores. Okay, can you find the mistake? Here, the mistake is in. We don't say in the other hand, we say on the other hand. This is a common mistake, probably because if you think about it, there's something in your hand. But when we use this, we always say on the other hand. That's just something that you have to remember. This is called a set phrase. We always say on the other hand. We don't say on 2 hands. We always say on the other hand. And it's used to show contrast. And finally, number 6. I'm afraid I'm going to drop off from my classes. I'm just too busy to go to school. Can you find the mistake? Pause the video if you need to. And when you're ready, let's go to the correction. Okay, so the problem here is drop off from classes. This is a common mistake, and I'm not quite sure why. Probably because I hear people say this a lot, but maybe they just don't learn the preposition that goes with the verb. So there are 2 things you should know here about the verb drop. We can say, I'm afraid I'm going to drop my classes. Now, in that case, you don't use any preposition. You drop a class. To drop a class means to quit the class or to withdraw from the class. But we can use a preposition when we say drop out of school. Okay? So you can say, I am going to drop out of something. I'm going to drop out of the club. I'm going to drop out of school. We don't use this for work. For work, we say quit my job. Okay, now another thing that you can do is you can also just use the verb drop out. So I'm going to drop out of what? I'm going to drop out of school. Okay, so drop a class, but drop out of school. Okay, so that is it for today. Good job. Let's think about this before we stop. How can you improve your knowledge of prepositions in English? So as I mentioned before, the preposition that goes with the word, whether it's a verb or a noun or an adjective, like feel sorry for someone, okay, we have to learn the preposition that goes with the word. So when you learn a word, learn the collocation, learn the words that go with it, learn the preposition that is used. A good idea is to make a list of common words like sorry for someone, and then these are words you already know, but then go to your dictionary and look for each one, what is the word that is used with it. Make a list and just start studying those. That way you can remove any mistakes that you might already be making. And then when you learn new words, be sure to learn the preposition that goes with the word. Before you go, don't forget to let me know in the comments below how you did on this quiz. And as always, if you have questions about this video, please don't hesitate to ask. Please come back soon for more lessons like this one, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.